This is like a butterfly blouse. I'm using this Ankara for the main bodies, and then I want to use this black fabric for the collar. It's going to have the collar, the side, and the belt. So it's just like you're cutting your regular butterfly bubu, but in this case it's a blouse, so it's not going to be floor length. I have folded my fabric into 4. The measurement that I used for folding it for the width, you're going to need your shoulder measurement. Mine is 8 inches, and then after that you're going to need your sleeve measurement. So for me, I want it to be around my elbow point, so that's why I have 12 inches here, and then I'm going to tape it at that point. So that's measurement you will need, and then you will need your length. That's the length that you want it to be. For me, I want the length to be around 28 inches, so I made it 29 so that I can hem it. It doesn't have any seam on the shoulder. So what you just need to do is to mark your neckline. My neck width is 3 inches. The depth for the back is going to be 1 inch, and then the depth for the front, remember I said it's going to have like a collar, so I want it to be around 7 to 7.5 inches for the front. So here I'm going to connect the neckline for the back, and then for the front, just like we cut out a normal collar neck, here depending on the width of the collar that you're working with. So I'm just going to mark in around 1 inch like this, and then from there I'm going to connect to my neck point. This, I hope it's visible. If it's not, just watch what I'm doing, and then you see how I'll cut it out. So after connecting like that, what I'm going to do is to first cut the back, which is the smallest, and then after that I'm going to raise the front. You can see the back is still there, and then cut out my neck for the front, so you can see. So this is what I have. Let me show you. This is the back, and this is the neck that I have for the front. So this is going to have a keyhole at the waist area. So to get that, I need my waist measurement. My half length is 16 inches. So here I'm going to mark 16 inches from the shoulder. So on that half length point, I'm going to take my waist measurement. So it doesn't have to be really tight, you can take that very loosely. So for me, I'm going to be working with around 40 inches or 41 inches for that. 40 inches divided by 4 is 10. So this is 10 inches here. You can even add his to it. It's going to have a belt, so it's not going to be too, you can adjust it with the belt. I don't want it too tight. So after that, now I'm going to create my keyhole depending on how wide you want the keyhole to be. If you want it to be around 2 inches wide, I'm just going to shear it like this, 1 inch upwards and 1 inch downward. So I'm marking like this. So after that, I'm going to mark half an inch to the right and half an inch to the left. Okay, but let me check again. So I have 11 inches, it's fine. So I'll mark half an inch here, half an inch here, just like a guide. Then I'm going to create like a circle. Okay, so you can see it's a small circle, and you need to check again before you cut it. Remember, you are going to sew by half an inch, so just check that it's not going to be too tight. Mine is okay, so I'm going to cut it. To cut it, you just place it like this so that I can make like an incision here. Then after that, I'm going to open it out again and then cut around it. So if you want your keyhole bigger than this, you just remember from my waistline I came by half an inch on both sides, that's 1 inch, and then I did 1 inch up and 1 inch down, which makes the length 2 inches. So you can see how I'm just trying to cut around it. to cut out my circle. So now I have cut it out. By the time I sew it, it's going to be a little bigger. So you have to be very careful. You can see how I made a mistake here. So I'll just try to sew this part up before I sew it. So this is what it looks like now. I can open it up. So opening it up, this is what I have. I have my keyhole on both sides. So now the first thing I'm going to do is to sew in the collar. I'm going to sew the collar first before I turn the keyhole. It's going to be easier for me that way. So for the collar, I'm going to mark around it from the front all the way to the back. So from the front here, I'm marking to my, this is my center back, and I have 12 inches. So what I'm going to do is just to multiply that to 2, and that's going to give me 24 inches. So I'll go and cut a fabric of 24 inches in length, and then the width is going to be about 2 inches on fold. So here I'm going to fold it like this. I've cut it out now, so you just go ahead and iron it, and then you can also serge it at this part so that it can be neat. So to sew it, I'm going to notch the corners of this by half an inch. Just notch a little bit. This is so that it's going to open up for you and then make the work easier. So I have notched the corners, and you can see how it is opening up. So what I will do is to place it like this, and then place on it, and I'm going to sew by the half an inch that I notched. Okay, so this way is going to lap on each other. If you don't want it, remember it's just 1 inch allowance that I left here. If you don't want it to lap on each other this much, you clearly see what you're doing. By the time we sew in the half an inch, the half an inch will go like this, and then this will be here, and then the second one will come like this and lap on it, which is what I want. So if you want yours to be standing separately, you may not cut up to what I have here. Maybe you reduce it to 1 inch or so. So I've sewn the collar all around. You just sew it all around, and then underneath where you notched here, you can see our notch. You just flip it and sew like this. So it's just going to lap on each other like this. This is what it looks like. I have a lot of tutorial on how to do this type of collar already on the channel. So on the sides, like I said, I just taped the side with the black fabric as well on the sides, because I don't want it to just be on the collar area. So you can see. So now the next thing is the main, and which is the turning of the keyhole part. So I'm just going to show us with this side, and then I'm going to do the other side off camera. So what you just need to do is to arrange it well. The front should be on the back, and then you make sure that the keyhole point matches. Remember, we cut it together, so it has to be exactly the same like this. So what we want to do is to turn these rough edges. So basically this is what we want. We want this to go in and this to go in as well. So you can do that. It's simple, it's not so difficult, just follow it. So you can see I have folded it in. So I'm just going to flip it now to pick it on this other side. So this is what we are doing. So you can pin it first before you sew. So now I'm going to take like this, and then I'll start sewing it bit by bit all around. Okay, you hold them together like this and sew. You move, you hold together and sew. So by the time you sew it and you flip it, this other side is going to be neat. So you can see I'm pinning it around. I'm just trying to pin it before I sew. So you just go like this. So from that first point that you have pinned, it's going to guide you on how you're going to do the rest. So you can see that I have pinned up to where I started from. So it's simple. That's how you're going to pin it. I started from here. So if I flip it now to the other side to check what I am doing, you will see that it is neat. You can see You can see that it is neat, so I'll go ahead and sew it. So you do the same thing for the other side as well. You can see how beautiful it is and how simple it is to make. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Kindly follow us on all our social medias at Library Dress on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, on all social media platforms. And